The Blue Jays' struggles continue as they drop yet another one and get swept by the New York Yankees. The Jays have now lost 4 consecutive games, and they lose 8-4 today and then drop to 33-34 on the year, a game under 500 now are the Toronto Blue Jays. And there was just a lot of bad things going on today. I mean, there were some good things. You saw Tyler Cicero pitch his first big league game, get a clean inning. You saw, where else we see? Piams was good. Tyler Chatwood went an inning and a third of clean ball. Reese McGuire looked great at the plate. But it gets overshadowed in the very first inning of this ball game for the Toronto Blue Jays. They have guys at second and third with nobody out for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And the first ever 1-3-2-5-6 triple play in MLB history is made by the Toronto, or is made by the Yankees against the Toronto Blue Jays. Downright horrendous base running by Bo Bichette and Marcus Semien. They look like lost kittens out there. Vladdy hits the chopper back to the pitcher. They throw it to first. They throw it to second, get them in the rundown. Yeah, I mean, it was just a complete and utter disaster. And the triple play, and you get no runs in that inning. You had second and third, nobody out for Vladdy, and that's what you get out of it. It's a recipe for disaster. You saw in yesterday's ball game, second and third, nobody out in the ninth against Chapman. You couldn't do it. You couldn't break open early here, and in the top half of the second inning, Andujar reaches on an error. Urshela scores. TJ Zoid got the spot start today, and a comebacker, and he fires into center field looking for the double play. I mean, just a really rough-looking first couple innings for the Toronto Blue Jays. And then in the top half of the third inning, Gio Urshela hits a 2-run bomb. Stan comes in to score. And it's a 3-0 Yankees lead in the top half of the third. But then in the bottom half, Bo Bichette reaches on a fielder's choice. Let me back it up a little bit here. Reese McGuire rips an RBI double. Santiago Espinal comes in to score. We had a 3-run ball game here. All right. And then Bo reaches on a fielder's choice. Reese McGuire comes in to score a few batters later. All right. Good side. The 3-2 ball game. Jays are right back in this one. Bottom of the fifth inning. RBI ground out for Marcus Semien. In comes Santiago Espinal. The Blue Jays have tied it at 3. All right. They chip away. And now they've tied it. We got a new ball game here. Bottom of the sixth inning. Randall Grichuk gets an RBI single. Vladdy comes in to score. And the Jays, after that horrendous first couple innings, have now taken a 4-3 lead. But the problem is, the bullpen is still not very good. And Anthony Castro, who was so reliable for a while, has not been good lately. And in the top half of the seventh inning, he gives up a 2-run laser beam moonshot to right field from Giancarlo Stanton. Rougned Odor comes in to score. And just like that, after you took a 1-run lead, you're now trailing 1. But then you have trouble getting guys out. Then Chris Gittins hits an RBI single. Urshela and Sanchez come in to score. And now you're down 7-4. That mere 1-run lead lasted about, not even 1 out, I don't think. Because I don't even think Castro got an out in that inning. He got 1 out, I think, to end another inning, and it was just a complete and utter disaster. And now you're down 7-4, and at the top of the ninth inning, Gittins hits a sacrifice fly because Beasley can't find the zone. And Sanchez comes in to score, making an 8-4 ball game. Look, Gio Urshela missed a home run by about yay much, not by much. Could have been even worse. But you lose 8-4. I mean, you try and find positives in losses. You know, Randall Grichuk went 2 for 4 in the game with an RBI. Reese McGuire went 3 for 3 in the game with a run scored and an RBI. The Jays had 10 hits. They had 4 runs on 10 hits. So that's not terrible. But it's the base running in that first inning that just flat out killed the momentum early on. And it was Castro just giving up meatball after meatball. And it was just, it's hard to watch. TJ Zoid got the start today, as I mentioned. Went 3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 strikeouts, and walked 2. Joel Payamps was good, went an inning and 2/3, had a couple strikeouts, walked one, no runs allowed for him, so he's been good. And Tyler Cicero, as I mentioned, when a clean inning of work, no hits, no walks, and a strikeout, so a good job for him. And then Anthony Castro went a third of an inning, allowed 5 hits and 4 runs and struck out one guy. And that one guy was to end the top half of the 6th. So, and then in the 7th, he just completely caved in and didn't get an out, allowed 5 hits and 4. I mean, he's just not pretty at all. And Tim Mesa went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit, and that was it for him. And Tyler Chatwood went an inning and a third, no hits, no walks, no strikeouts, no runs allowed for him. And then Jeremy Beasley goes out there and throws 1 inning, allows 1 run. Yeah, because he walks 3 guys in the inning, and then gives up a sacrifice fly to Chris Gittens. You get a strikeout in the inning, but you lose 8-4 and you get swept by the Yankees. You've lost 4 straight. I mean, things are not looking good right now for the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, obviously, there's still just under 100 games remaining. There's still lots of ball to play. But this team's confidence, you can just see it. The confidence isn't there. Charlie's confidence in the bullpen really isn't there. Really with anybody out of the pen, it's just not there. His confidence is there with Ryu, with Robbie Ray, with Matz when he's not in the COVID IL. Manoah for sure. But after that, and Romano, I guess you could say, but other than that, I mean, where's the confidence in any of your pitching? And it's just really hard to watch now. It really, really is. The good news, and there has to be good news, the Jays now start a series against the Baltimore Orioles, a team who has been absolutely horrendous all year long. You know, they're over 20 games under 500. I mean, they're not playing good ball at all this year. And they're getting slaughtered in just about every single game. And obviously, it didn't help that today Teoscar Hernandez went on the paternity list. But no matter what, congrats to him and Jonathan Davis as well, who aren't here because of the paternity list. But not having him in the lineup as well didn't help. And obviously, you have Baltimore coming up. And that game starts tomorrow. It's a 7:05 first pitch there at Camden Yards. Robbie Ray gets the ball for the Blue Jays. Bruce Zimmerman gets the ball for the Orioles in Game 1. And Jays fans, we talked about the crazy start to the year schedule-wise the Jays had. And that looks like it's done. You know, the upcoming schedule you got is insane. You have Baltimore, you got the Marlins, I think you have Baltimore again. And then you play, I think, Seattle. Like, you have some teams that record-wise you should be able to capitalize on. But the question is, can this team do so? I think they're very capable of it. But they got to get back to the basics. Sound, fundamental baseball. A triple play in the first inning just can't happen against a divisional opponent that you're trying to catch in the standings. I mean, it's just inexcusable. I don't care who the guys are on the bases. Whether they're young guys, whether they're veterans. That stuff can't happen. You know, and again, it's a team like the Baltimore Orioles. Look, like I said, they're a team that you got to go out there and bring out your bats and just start just clobbering, get your confidence up. And that's a perfect time for the bullpen to get their confidence up. But we'll have to see how this all plays out because right now the Jays are playing probably their worst ball of the season. I think we can agree. I mean, there was a stretch where they lost like 6 straight, where they were just downright terrible. But they've lost now 4 in a row. And the way they've lost their last 4 games has not been pretty at all. They had a lead today. Now, it was very short-lived, but they had a lead, and they blew it quick time. And they've been blowing leads after leads. I mean, I think I saw the stats today for the Blue Jays pitching staff through the first, 40-odd games and then through the last 20 games. I mean, it is night and day. And for them to be a playoff team, for them to be a contending team in the AL, they have to be good pitching. Good pitching and good defense wins you games, makes playoffs, and wins championships. And really sound base running. This team can hit. I think we've all kind of come to the consensus that this Blue Jay team, 9 times out of 10, will hit. But base running, defense, and pitching, they need to work on this stuff. Now, obviously, they're a very young core, so that will come. George Springer is not far away. He played again today, so that's great news there. Thomas Hatch built himself up more. I think it was either today or yesterday, so that's great news. You saw Tyler Cicero throw a good, clean inning today. You saw Patrick Murphy throw a clean inning today out of the bullpen. Payamps has been consistently good. Romano's good. So you have some pieces there. But they got to put it together, and that's been the problem over the last 4 games for the Blue Jays, over the last 2 series. You know, you look at Game 1 against the Red Sox, the finale against the Red Sox, and then these 3 against the Yankees. The problem has been putting it all together. You know, we win 18-4, yeah, you're not going to have that problem, even if you don't put everything together. Your offense just slugged your way to win. They got to figure it out. And I don't know how it's going to happen. I'm going to be blatantly honest with you guys. I don't know how it's going to happen. I will always cheer for my team no matter what. From the day I start watching a game to the time that game finishes, I will always cheer for my team. But when they're making mistakes like they are right now, it gets really hard to watch. Now, they will have a stretch where they get back into this, and hopefully it's right now against the Baltimore Orioles in this stretch of games where you have some really beatable teams. You gotta capitalize on that. Because the other teams, the Red Sox, the Rays, the Yankees, they've played these teams and they beat them down. Now it's the Jays' turn. What are we going to see tomorrow in Game 1? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and didn't enjoy the game today, smack the like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's ball game for the Toronto Blue Jays? And I will talk to you guys tomorrow night in Game 1 of the set against the Baltimore Orioles at Camden Yard. Robbie Ray, Jordan Zimmerman, Bruce Zimmerman, 7:05 first pitch at Camden Yards. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.